Hello! What's going on? Hello everybody, welcome to the stream. We are playing Phoenix Wright again. We will be continuing where we were last time, which was a nice little court case. Who we were fighting like Delilah? Was that her name? Delilah? What'd she call herself? Somebody. Anywho, we will be doing Phoenix Wright today, and then once we kind of finish up a little bit of the court scene, I kind of got a league itch, so I might stream a little bit longer, or maybe not at all. I don't know, but I might get one game offline of league done. I was playing a little bit earlier on, and I'm telling you, I cannot get out of Silver 4 for the life of me because of my team. Literally, my team. Silly mistakes, my team. Anywho, this is not why we're here to hear me discussing about League. We are here for Phoenix Wright, Episode 4, Turnabout Beginnings. Where we're with Mia. And a guy who suspiciously looks like, Mr. Gatto. Anyway, let's continue. Let's see what they got going for us here. February 16th, 1:14 p.m. District Court Defendant Lobby, number 4. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I want to say thanks. You're real good. You really hooked me up. Are you okay, sir? Thanks. We're almost there. Once I prove she committed the crime. Yeah, but there's one more big obstacle we've got to get past. Obstacle? Yeah, motive. Why would Melissa Foster kill that policewoman anyway? That's a good question. Motive, huh? Anyway, we're still badly in need of information. Information? Right. What we need the most is information about this Melissa Foster herself. All we know is that she's a student studying literature. And one more thing. What is it? Well, the incident that happened 5 years ago, of course. The kidnapping murder case that Zebra Boy is on the death row for. I didn't do nothing. I didn't kill nobody. I never lie. Mr. Flawless, in that case, tell us more about it. About what happened 5 years ago. Okay. I trust you. That day, 5 years ago, I dream of it every day. This picture, it reminds me of everything. Bridge looks the same, just like then. 5 years ago. Like it could fall apart. Fall apart any minute. So it's been broken like that for at least 5 years? Ha! Sorry, buddy, but you sound like one that could fall apart at any minute. It's true. I did kidnap. 5 years ago, I kidnapped my girlfriend, Dahlia Hawthorne. So wait, let me get this straight. Let me get this straight, Mr. Frankenstein. It wasn't the police woman you kidnapped. It was Dahlia Hawthorne. Wait. Who is this? Valerie Hawthorne. Okay. Dahlia I believe this is her, but she's calling herself Melissa Foster. So what the fudge was her name again? Dahlia Hawthorne. I'm so confused. Okay. Let's keep going. Your girlfriend, huh? Hey, hold on there. Did you say Hawthorne? The victim's last name. Dahlia Hawthorne. Valerie's little sister. So they're related. What? Are you serious? The girl. Let her go. Shut up. Come closer and I kill her. Sorry, but you're not going to get the chance. Detective back then was Valerie Hawthorne. At first I thought shooting someone for a kidnapping was crossing the line, but if it was to protect her little sister, I can understand why she did it. Wrong. No protect sister. Valerie betrayed me. Betray us. I'm sorry, what? What do you mean she betrayed you? Everything. All lies. All make-believe. Kidnapping too. A make-believe kidnapping? Dahlia, my girlfriend, my love, my teen angel. Okay, slow down, sir. How old were you? Like, what's going on? Did he actually say my teen angel? He seems one too many soap operas. I'd do anything she says. Anything Dahlia says. Oh no. Anything Dahlia says? Hold on a minute. What you're saying is that the kidnapping 5 years ago was planned by, yeah, me and Dahlia, and Valerie too. Valerie was in on it? Dahlia's family rich. Jewelry business. We get one jewel, that's what we thought. Me and Dahlia wrote kidnap note. We send to her dad. Ask for $2 million diamond. Tell him make exchange on Dusky Bridge. We tell him Valerie make transfer cause she knew detective. Oh, he's speaking in like, okay. Having a police detective in your pocket is a useful thing, alright? In the end, you were planning on splitting the 2 million 3 ways, huh? Yeah, but that woman. That woman Valerie, she do it for real. She shoot at me for real, me and Dahlia. I was shot in the arm. Dahlia, she jumped in river. What? Jump? You don't mean she jumped on purpose, do you? I couldn't do it. I could never push her. Anyway, I blacked out. Wake up with police all over. And that's when they decided to give you the death sentence. I couldn't believe it. That woman, she betrayed me. That man, Terry Flawless, he killed her. He threw her off the bridge. He threw my beloved sister into the roaring river 40 feet below. These 5 years, All I wonder is why? 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 Why did she lie? That's all I want to know. So that's why you called her. You wanted to hear the truth from Valerie herself. Yes, but I forget what she looked like. So I tell her to wear a scarf. I don't want to hurt her. Just ask why. Why? Why did you lie? Why did you betray me? I just want to hear the answer come from her mouth. That's all. So that's why. That's why you made a crazy escape like that. Just one thing, Zebra Boy. My senses are tingling all over. Tell me, Mr. Flawless, where is it? Huh? Where's what? Come on now, kitten. The ransom. The $2 million diamond. Remember that now? Did you give it back to Pops? Or did the police take it? I don't know. Huh? You don't know? No, really. I don't know. It gone. With Dahlia. With Dahlia? That day, on the bridge, Dahlia put it in backpack. Now gone. With Dahlia. Gone. Forever. Into Eagle River. It disappeared with Dahlia, huh? Wait a minute. You can come back in now. We're ready to go. Mr. Flawless, just one more question. When you said with Dahlia, do you mean the diamond is still missing? Along with the body of Dahlia Hawthorne? Never found it. My sweet Dahlia. So wait. He was in jail for 5 years? Wasn't her name Dahlia? That's crazy. They never found her. Swallowed by river. Gone. Dahlia. My teen angel. Your teen angel? How old is she anyway? Just 14. How long has this man been in jail? Hold on, can I... Sentenced to death 5 years ago. He was 20 years old and... Sir. 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 I need a drink. I would have been okay if he had said 18. I would have been cool with it if he had said 19. She was 14 and you was 25 years ago? Oh my god. 14? I guess you were cradle robbing before diamonds. She plans a fake kidnapping and disappears into the river with a rock worth 2 mil. Man, oh man, angels these days. Flawless takes the fall and gets a one-way ticket to death row. Is Dahlia Hawthorne an angel or is she really a... It's time, kitten. It looks like we have a few more aces up our sleeve now. You bet. Diamond added to the court record. The training wheels come off now, Mia. You gotta strike while the iron's hot. That's one of my rules. Remember it. February 16th, 1:49 p.m. District Court, courtroom number 4. Now then, let's continue with the trial of Mr. Terribly Flawless. Witness, are you feeling better? Yes, Your Honor. I'll try my best, Your Honor. Those goddamn butterflies. You're a brave young lady. Hold on a second. Girl, not this again. I can understand the defense lawyer wanted to get her client off the hook. However, to try to pin the crime on an innocent student is... What are you talking about? My witness is not the person on trial here. She's an innocent bystander who witnessed a violent crime. That's all. What possible reason would a girl like this have for murdering a policewoman? It's certainly hard to imagine this woman as a murderer. Her motive, huh? I figured that's what I had to establish next. Well, Miss Faye, do you have any evidence of the motive? Yes, of course. I think. You're still acting like the tame as a kitten. Mr. Armando, listen. A lawyer is someone who smiles no matter how bad it gets. Smiling on the outside while your guts are twisted in a knot is the mark of a pro. Maybe so, but I wish you would quit grinning at me like that. Excuse me. May I speak, Mr. Judge? Of course! Mr. Judge is ready anytime you like. I'd like to say something. Some people here are suspicious of me, right? That's why I at least wanted you, Mr. Judge, to know that it's not true. I see. You're such an honest and upstanding young lady. It looks like the witness is a real professional. What do you mean? Look at that 100-watt smile. Just when things are the darkest for her, click, she lights right up. Very well then. Let's hear what the witness has to say. Melissa Foster's history. I was out of the country until the year before last. Until I entered college, I had never even been to Eagle Mountain before. I certainly don't have any reason for wanting to hurt a police officer. Holding a grudge and killing an officer who testified against you 5 years ago, or kidnapping a poor girl, I just think the defendant is a terrible, horrible monster. Out of the country, eh? Precisely. Furthermore, she has no possible motive for committing the murder. Indeed. One second. Drop the bat, kitten. Sharpen those claws and put on your best smile. You bet. Somehow I have to tie her to this case. Melissa Foster's history. I was out of the So, what country were you living in then? We were all living abroad, but after my parents were killed, it was a brutal civil war. She had to try to make her way back home alone. I lost everything. I didn't even have any personal identification. What kind of sob story is this? What do I do? Should I press her further for details? Press her. Witness, answer my question. I'll even repeat it for you. What country were you in? Your Honor, this line of question is childish. What country she's in, was in, and how many languages she may speak are irrelevant here. What we're here to evaluate is whether this witness has any connection to this case. I've lived abroad ever since I was a little girl. That's why I could never have known Mr. Flawless or Detective Hawthorne. Yes, I think we established that point. Yes, indeed. Well then, shall we add what you just stated to the official testimony? Yes, please, Mr. Judge. Naturally, I didn't know either the victim or the defendant. You didn't know either person? Are you certain of that? Yes, I'm afraid I'm rather shy around people. Oh, well, that can't be helped. Why isn't he just agreeing with everything that comes out of her mouth? The first time you saw either of them was when they were on the bridge, correct? Yes, it really was a coincidence. Until I entered college, I had never even been to Eagle Mountain before. So what made you decide to go to Eagle Mountain anyway? I just love being outdoors, picnics, hiking, you know, that sort of thing. You don't even look like much of a hiker to me, but you do look like a digger of sorts. But Eagle Mountain is a 2-hour drive from here, and no trains run through there. There are plenty of mountains that are closer and easier to get to. Well, I just went there once with the college hiking club. I fell in love with this stark, desolated beauty and its cold yet romantic gloominess. I didn't know you were such a goth. By the way, what's the name of your college? The prosecution objects to any question that involves the witness's private life. All that matters is that she is a material witness to the crime. Witnesses don't need to respond to questions that are clearly malicious intent. Thank you. She's really gone too far. Miss Faye, you're treading on thin ice here. I hardly said anything. Talk about sensitive. And I certainly don't have any reason for wanting to hurt a police officer. Perhaps, but your behavior that day was very suspicious. Not only have you contradicted yourself here in court, but you know the things that you shouldn't. For example, the scratches on the trunk of the car. Well, that's... Unfortunately, Miss Faye, your last statement proves nothing. Oh, really? And why's that? The witness came to the police station once to identify the suspect. It's entirely possible that, at the time, an officer showed her this photo. It seems like a rather serious mistake. Ha! That's the oldest trick in the prosecutor's book. That's not fair! That wicked inmate, I'll never be able to forget that horrible day. Holding a grudge and killing an officer who testified against 5 years at what? A grudge? Well, the policewoman's testimony was crucial, wasn't it? Crucial in getting the defendant sentenced to death. Yes, and that's precisely why he harbored such deep anger against her. So much anger that he forgot his own guilt. My client has always maintained that he's innocent of those charges. He seemed rather forgetful. Oh shoot, what just happened? Not only did he forget about what he did, but he forgot the poor policewoman as well. Why did it like fast forward? What do you mean by that? Your client, he forgot what the detective looked like, right? It's too bad for her that he didn't forget about her testimony as well. Well, she's right about that. Miss Flawless is kind of forgetful. Now push harder. You said he forgot what the detective looked like. What did you mean by that? He couldn't tell who she was without some kind of identification, right? Quite right. That's why the victim was wearing a scarf as identification. Why, if I had been wearing a white scarf that day, then he probably would have tried to kill me. That's true. He's clearly a bitter man. Oh, I didn't even know I had that thing on my bed. This is bad. Mr. Flaw's reputation just keeps getting worse and worse. Sometimes it's just best not to poke too deep. What should I do with the last statement? Have it added. Your Honor, what the witness said just now was tremendously important. I'd like to add it to the official testimony. The prosecution has no objection. After all, the defendant is a killer and a mentally imbalanced one at that. That testimony only helps further prove that point. No, that's not why. Enough, witness, if you would. My pleasure, Mr. Judge. I guess I'm lucky I wasn't wearing a white scarf. What do you mean by lucky? Well, it's February now, and everyone's wearing scarves. If I had accidentally worn a white scarf like he said, then you yourself might have been killed. That would have been a terrible loss of this world. For this world. Ah. Looks like you pressed too hard this time, kitten. Mr. Armando, looking around and you are going to lose sight of the finish line. Justice is blind, but she's not deaf. Sometimes you gotta know when not to talk. Or pick kidnapping a poor girl. I just think the defendant is a horrible, terrible monster. You knew about that incident? But weren't you out of the country until the year before last? Well, I saw a report about an escaped convict on the news. They had an in-depth report about his whole history. So you were still living abroad 5 years ago, is that right? Yes. I can't let her get away with these lies. Listen to me. She's neck deep in this whole thing. Somehow you're just gonna have to get her to show the court her true self. Alright, let's see what we got. Holding a grudge and killing the officer testified against you 5 years ago. I guess I'm lucky I wasn't wearing a white scarf. Is it not blue? It's not a white scarf though. What did he demand?
Objection!
Witness, I want you to look at this photo you took. It's hard to see in the photo, but Look at the scarf and the victim wore as identification. Ah, you talking about the scarf right here, eh? Yes, that's it. The scarf the policewoman was wearing. I got her now. Just don't mess up. But that's strange. In your testimony, you stated the following. I guess I'm lucky I wasn't wearing a white scarf. Yeah, 'cause isn't that a blue? Isn't that blue? White? This is the scarf you identified as belonging to the victim. But it certainly doesn't look white to me. I thought so. So that means... wear a white scarf for identification. Talk to Dahlia. Tell her this time the whole truth must come out. Yeah, that scarf don't look blue. I mean white at all. Oh. Well, it was foggy that day and it was raining as well. Not surprising that she mistook that for white. Sorry, but this is not the time. The witness just confirmed that this was the victim's scarf. Yes, but what's the significance? It's true that the scarf doesn't look white, but there's only one explanation for this mix-up. The reason why the witness thought the scarf was white is... the note. Witness, have you ever seen this note? No? No, I never. It's top secret evidence. There's no reason that you would have. I wonder about that. What do you mean? This note shows Mr. Flawless instructions to the victim regarding their meeting. It says, wear white scarf for their identification. White scarf. Ah! Witness, you knew what this note said. And it's because you knew that you slipped up and mistakenly said white scarf. Well, Miss Foster? No! Order! Order! Mr. Edgeworth, I'm waiting for an explanation. I'm quite sure this note wasn't leaked to the public. And yet, the witness knew exactly what the note said. At the time of the murder, the number of people that knew were quite limited. Terry Flawless is one. The person who wrote the note, Valley Hawthorne, is another. And finally, one more person. Did you say one more person? That's right, the person that no one would have suspected. Have you figured it out, kitten? Yep. Oh, excuse me. The third person that knew the contents of the note was... this guy. Hang on there, kitten. What is it, Mr. Armando? Here, I made some special Cafe con leche for you. I put plenty of sugar. Drink it up before it gets cold. Don't be shy. Why are you doing this? Your brain needs some stimulation. Drink some of this and then think it over again. Oh, was I wrong? Listen, keep messing up like that and you're going to get the judge mad. Miss Faye, don't just stand there casually drinking coffee. Oh! Oops. I think it's too late. But Your Honor, there is one more person. There is a person besides Mr. Flawless and the victim that knew what the note said. That's right, a person that no one would have suspected. The third person that knew about the contents of the note was... Oh, I'm silly. This person. And that person is... Dahlia Hawthorne. Dahlia Hawthorne? I've never heard that name before. Look at the victim's note. This is what it says. Talk to Dahlia. Tell her this time. There is her name right there. Oh, I messed up big time, didn't I? What's this? So who is this person? This Dahlia Hawthorne? Miss Faye must be desperate if she's trying to bring the dead back to life. Dead? Dahlia Hawthorne was the victim's deceased younger sister. She was killed in a crime 5 years ago. Killed in a crime? You don't mean? Yes, she was kidnapped and killed by Terry Flawless.
Objection!
You said she was killed, but was she really? What are you implying? Of course, people thought she died 5 years ago, when she fell off the Dusky Bridge and was lost in the Eagle River. However, her corpse was never found. She was declared legally dead 5 years ago. As far as the law is concerned, Dahlia Hawthorne is officially dead.
Objection!
But the fact remains that her body was never recovered. Dahlia Hawthorne was 14 years old 5 years ago. If she was still alive, she would be 19 now. Melissa Foster. I believe that's the same age you are. Ah. Even you couldn't. Miss Faye, you're not saying. But I am. That's precisely what I'm saying. This witness before us is the girl that was kidnapped and killed 5 years ago. This girl is in fact Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. What? Nice work. That was like tossing a grenade into a 3-alarm fire. But unless you can tie all the loose ends together, you're nothing but a hit-and-run arsonist. I understand. I don't. I can dispose of True Nation, and I can turn this whole case on its head. Now's my chance to make Mr. Edgeworth squirm. Witness, just who are you anyway? I didn't think it'd come to this. That's enough. You don't have to say any more, witness. Yes, I understand. Oh, but do you? Do you really? Do you really understand? What? Mr. Edgeworth, explain yourself. Your Honor, I have the mission to make. Honestly, I never thought the defense would pursue this matter this far. You don't mean... Yes, the prosecutor office isn't filled with fools, you know. Naturally, we conduct a full background checks on all our witnesses. What did he say? Ha, looks like the kid knew. He knew her true identity from the get-go. No way. But then why? If you hadn't revealed her secret, he wasn't about to say anything about it. All he wanted was her testimony, so he made a little trade. Let me introduce you to the victim's younger sister, Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. But I thought she died 5 years ago. We thought so as well, but, well, as you can see. Why? Why did she hide her identity for 5 years? That has nothing to do with the current case. She was merely an accidental witness to a crime.
Objection!
Accidental? I don't believe that for a minute. For the last 5 years, she's been playing the role of a victim? And now we find her acting suspiciously at the scene of another murder? Really, Miss Faye, I must say, your strategy here is painfully obvious. You're trying to pin the client's crime on an innocent witness in order to win. At any cost. How dare you? Please let us take a moment to think. 5 years ago, this girl was kidnapped and nearly killed. But even worse than that, 5 years later, Dahlia Hawthorne lost something much more precious, her big sister. Miss Faye must be insane to even suggest that she murdered her. What? I'm inclined to agree with the prosecutor's logic. Miss Faye, do you have any evidence to back up your assertion? What possible reason would this witness have for killing her beloved sister? Oh, there's plenty. Well, you see, I thought I was winning, but somehow he turned it around on me. Ha. I think you need a little push in the right direction, kitten. The defense is prepared to present evidence supporting our claim. Ah, that wasn't me. It was this guy. This crazy coffee addict.
Objection!
I think we heard enough empty threats from you, old man. Ha. What makes you think they're empty, boy? Because your protege looks like she's sweating bullets. Ah, I am sweating bullets. You think you're in a tough spot, huh? Of course, aren't I? No. You just arrived at the moment of truth, that's all. Whether you win or lose, that's up to you. Up to me? Ah, the rashness of youth. How charming. This is coming from someone younger than me. Now then, let's not waste any more time. Miss Faye. What motive would this witness have for murdering her own sister, Valerie Hawthorne? What is this? Is this the defense idea of a joke? So, I certainly don't get the punchline. Well, Miss Faye. Oh, that was the rashness of youth. The rashness of youth. And what? That's enough. No, I lost the case. Dang, I gotta start over. Well, buddy, you went to jail. That was my fault. I'll be right back, guys, while that plays. Ba ba ba. We're back. So I was munching on cookies while we were skipping through all this. Mm. Ba-da. Hold on a second. Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Objection!
Have it at it. Anything for you, Mr. Judge. Alright.
Objection!
I've got her now. It's a blue scarf, not a white one. What do you want, Edgeworth? I gotta figure out. I think, what was it, the motive? Thought the scarf was white. Here. Ah! Oh. We're just kind of fast forwarding a little bit because we already did all of this, and we already had like 1 hit point. The third person who knew the contents of the note was... Oh, that's where I messed up at. This chick. Okay, so if she was declared legally dead, then she should not be standing on the witness. She should not be standing on the podium. She's legally dead. Girl, you're legally dead. What are you doing here? Objection! Even you couldn't. Miss Faye, you're not saying. Huh. But I am. That's precisely what I'm saying. Okay, if I can expose her true nature. Okay, here, so what are we looking for here? What would be her motive to killing her sister? Anything. Oh, we just gonna let her fly? Okay.
Objection!
She lost something more than just her precious big sister, huh? Miss Faye must be insane to even suggest that she murdered her. What? I'm inclined to agree with the prosecutor's logic. Miss Faye, do you have any evidence to back up your assertion? What possible reason would this witness have for killing her beloved sister? Well, you see, Your Honor, when you decide that you wanted to murder somebody, there is no reason sometimes. Sometimes you just murder just to murder. And other times you murder for a reason. Oh.
Objection!
I was just like, wait, what are we all standing around here again? Wow. Okay, let me save it here because that's a lot of hubbaloo. I'm here for it. What motive would this witness have for murdering her own sister, Valerie Hawthorne? Okay, so apparently it wasn't this one, like I thought it was. So let me re-rally on that one. She was stabbed with a knife in the back and died from blood loss between 4 and 5 p.m. Okay. This is the bridge. That's the scarf. That's the witness photo. Okay, the victim's note. I mean, it would have to be the victim's note, right? They said 4 and 5 p.m. So they met at 4:30. So she must have died. Let me see. Flawless. 4:30 p.m. at that bridge. Wear white scarf for identification. Talk to Dahlia. Tell her that this time the whole truth must come out. My question is, what is a 20-year-old man doing dating a 14-year-old in this game? Hey, Binary, what's going on? How we doing? We are doing. I sent this man to jail by accident because I picked the wrong thing. So yeah, we cruise controlling. How you doing? You alright? Alright. Yeah, right now I'm trying to solve this case as Mia. We have a case where this man is on death row for pushing, well, I guess pushing one girl off of a bridge and then killing this other girl and throwing her into a trunk, which that girl was a police officer. Um, Both of those girls they had just identified as being sisters. The girl who was pushed off of the bridge was a 14-year-old girl who was dating the guy on death row. Um, and she fell into the river, never to be seen again until just now, because now we know who the heck she is. So yeah, just trying to figure out what her motive would be for killing her sister. I'm not too sure what it is yet, but I think this note, it says talk to Dahlia. Tell her this time the whole truth must come out. It has to be something about the victim's note, right? The story starts after Terry Flawless escaped. He called Valerie and told her he wanted to meet. This is the note she left. It says, talk to Dahlia. Tell her this time the whole truth must come out. Valerie Hawthorne gave Dahlia a warning. She told her she was going to reveal the world the whole truth. The whole truth? There was a dangerously important secret between Valerie and Dahlia. That's the reason why Dahlia felt she had to kill Valerie. To keep her mouth shut permanently. So what was the secret, Dahlia? A terrific story, Miss Faye. If you like fiction, that is. Enlighten the court, Miss Faye. What was this secret that was so important? Where's your evidence? Dahlia and Valerie Hawthorne and Terry Flawless. There's only one important secret that connects them all. Oh yes, I know this very secret. Your Honor, the defense would like to request further in testimony. What testimony? Regarding the kidnapping 5 years ago, we believe it will explain a lot of things, such as the nature of the important secret between the Hawthorne sisters. Ugh. Very well. I'll grant your request for further testimony. I know it'll be painful for you, but can you enlighten us once more, my little maple leaf? Sir, stop. Yes, I'll try, Mr. Judge. Putting on the old charm one more time, Dahlia. But this will be the last time. You won't hide behind your womanly wiles. Tell her, Mia. 5 years ago. 5 years ago, I was kidnapped by Mr. Flawless. The ransom price was a raw diamond. My sister Valerie brought it to the bridge. After she made the exchange, she shot Mr. Flawless in the arm. That's when Mr. Flawless tried to kill me by shoving me off the bridge from behind. I survived, but I was afraid I might be kidnapped again for my family's money. So I decided to change my identity and start a new life. So you decide... I'm sorry. If I got pushed off of a bridge and survived, that is not the first thing going through my mind. It's to change my identity because I was afraid of being kidnapped again. So she just completely dodged her whole family. That's crazy. The kidnapping left her emotionally scarred. The kidnapping couldn't have left her that emotionally scarred when she wanted to change her whole identity and not be involved in her family. Her family must have really sucked then. That's crazy. With her sister's help, she left the Hawthorne family and started all over again. And we're to believe that after all that, she murdered her sister? Preposterous. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. Miss Fay. Yes, Your Honor? As you heard, the witness is still traumatized from the kidnapping. From 5 years ago? I'll ask you again to be extremely gentle in your cross-examination. From 5 years ago? I mean, the only trauma I would have was falling 40 feet deep into a river. Not too much the kidnapping, but really falling into the dang on river. Okay, you know, whatever. I'll give her her flowers for that. She was kidnapped and then she fell into a river. I would have been more terrified of heights, if anything, if I fell into a 40-foot deep river and survived it. Judge, you're not judging right now. You're not. Where is my old judge? Where is that guy? Cause I'm starting to miss him. I know I gave him a lot of. I gave him a lot of. I gave him a lot of grief because he was probably, you know, he was a little silly himself. But never have I had a judge just completely on this girl's side like this. Edgeworth got the jump on me again. Ha! We're not allowed to fight. Then let's twist some arms. Listen up. We still got that info, that ace up our sleeve. What info? Come on, kitten. Don't say you've forgotten already. The fact that the kidnapping 5 years ago was staged. That's right. It was a fake kidnapping. Terry Flawless told us that in the lobby. I'd do anything she says, anything Dahlia says. What you're saying is that the kidnapping 5 years ago was planned by... Yeah, me and Dahlia, and Valerie too. Chaos Sunny state of play was today. What's going on, Dragoon? What is Sony's state of play? What is that? Is that a game? There's an Arc Age game coming out, but I have no clue if it's single player like Crimson Desert or not. Is it a Korean game? Is that a Korean game? Yes, Korean game, and there was an MMO about it some years ago. Oh, okay. Because I've been traumatized by the Korean game, games that I've played so far, I probably will not be playing it. 10 out of 10. Nothing wrong with the Korean games. Love them. But, I mean, from my viewpoint, I don't feel like I really get anywhere with them. And I don't feel like they're being taken care of enough for me to really put my time and interest into them like that, like I used to. Because after a while, I'm just burning time. There's a sequel to Ghost of Tsushima called Ghost of Yote. Oh, okay, I've never played Ghost of Tsushima, so I don't know. I don't know nothing about that. But yeah, MMO, Korean games, I'm probably not going to touch them. I'm probably most likely not going to really touch them ever again. Unfortunately. And I probably, if I do, I probably would not play it for long. I'm going to probably give it 3 days maximum. Yes, that's it. The fake kidnapping is your best shot, Mia. That's her secret. 5 years ago. 5 years ago, I was kidnapped by Mr. Flawless. Did you and Mr. Flawless have a relationship? Yes, as a tutor. You were tutoring him? Mr. Flawless? No, of course not. Don't be ridiculous. Mr. Flawless came into the house to tutor me. Oh, this looks 10 times as bad. Mr. Flawless! That makes sense. 5 years ago, she was only 14. Probably came up with the kidnapping plan during that time. The Hawthorns are in the jewelry trade and are quite wealthy, you see. Quite a clever fellow, that Mr. Flawless. The judge! No! That wasn't clever. The man was 20 and she was 14 and he was her tutor. Come on, guys! Come on! Did I hear him right? Yeah, you really did. Did he just call him Flawless a clever fellow? Yes, he did. Yes, he did, Mia. Yes, he did. Yes. Yes, he did. Everybody heard him in the back, right? The judge called him clever. That's kind of concerning. The ransom price was a raw diamond. My sister Valerie brought it to the bridge. I heard a diamond is valued in the neighborhood of $2 million. $2 million! It was still uncut, so it was about the size of a pint of milk. A $2 million pint of milk. I don't know what to think about that. The defendant demanded that her sister Valerie make the exchange. Not as a detective, of course, but as an individual. By the way, I wanted to ask you, Mr. Edgeworth, why do you think he wanted to make the exchange up there on the mountain? If he ever got surrounded, it would have been hard to escape. There's one thing a kidnapper wants to prevent, and that's police involvement. In a place like that, it would be easy to tell if he was being followed. With only one entrance to the mountain, he was ensuring his safety. What a wickedly clever man that Mr. Flawless is. Yeah, right. It was your plan! Anyway, Valerie brought the diamond to the mountain and... after she made the exchange, she shot Mr. Flawless in the arm. That was a dangerous thing to do considering you were being held hostage. Yes, but actually, that saved my life. What do you mean? You see, Mr. Flawless was holding a knife in his right hand. Somehow, I just knew he was going to use it. I knew he was going to use that knife to kill me. That's why my sister shot him. It was to save me. That's when Mr. Flawless tried to kill me by shoving me off the bridge from behind. I'd like to hear more about it. What happened right after that moment? Oh, when Mr. Flawless was shot at in the right arm, he let go of me. I was dazed. I turned to try to run away, but Mr. Flawless turned and grabbed me as well. As I ran past, he and I locked eyes for a second, and he gave me a large bloodthirsty grin. Bloodthirsty grin, oh! And the next instant, I advised the court to remember that the river is 18 feet deep and incredibly swift. I thought it was a 40-foot drop. I was a strong swimmer, but I was knocked out. When I came to, I had been carried away by the river to a strange place. I never forget that day. The crumbling bridge, nowhere to run, and then just one little shove from behind. That was it. Before my sister could catch me, I fell into the river. I survived, but I was afraid I might be kidnapped again for my family's money. And that's why you hid your identity? Yes. I already told my sister. Valerie Hawthorne, huh? Yeah, she's the only one who knew about me. Meanwhile, legally, this witness has been deceased for 5 years. Yes, Edgeworth, we know. You said this before. I didn't ever want something like that to happen to me again. Well, if your family's rich, wouldn't it have been just wiser for them to hire bodyguards for you instead? I mean, right? So I decided to change my identity and start a new life. And that new identity was Melissa Foster, right? Yes, my sister helped me get the official paperwork taken care of. That makes sense. Without an insider's help, doing all the paperwork would have been impossible. She was the only person left in the world I could count on. And you think I killed her? There's no way I could. It's the moment of truth for this witness too. Once the truth about this staged kidnapping comes out, everyone in the court will know how much of a Jezebel she really is. I just gotta prove the kidnapping was a hoax. Alright, how do we do that? How do we prove the kidnapping was a hoax? Trying to think. She made the exchange. She shot Miss Flawless in the arm. That's when Mr. Flawless tried to kill me by shoving me off the bridge from behind. But they were showing... I don't even know which direction they were in. Okay. Kidnapped. Ransom price for a raw diamond missing. Okay, brought to the bridge. After she made the exchange, she shot him in the arm. That's when he tried to kill me by shoving me off the bridge. I survived. So I decided to change my identity and start a new life. Okay, well I don't have any proof of that. don't have any proof of that. Let's go with the directions, because I don't know what else.
Objection!
You said that Mr. Flawless pushed you into the Eagle River? However, that's hard to believe. But it's true. I felt a push on my back. I'm certain of it. It was Mr. Flawless. I'm sorry. I guess I wasn't clear enough. I shouldn't have said that's hard to believe. I should have said that's impossible. Impossible? I asked the court to recall the conditions of the Dusky Bridge about 5 years ago. That bridge hasn't changed one bit in these last 5 years. If someone had pushed you from behind as you have claimed, instead of being carried away by the river, you would have been smashed by the bedrock below. A most certain death. You understand now, Dahlia Hawthorne? The very notion that my client pushed you from behind is impossible. Ah! Your Honor, this event occurred 5 years ago. Why? For all we know, the water level in the river maybe have been higher back then. But it's 40 feet from the bridge to the river. A small change in water level wouldn't have made a difference. Ugh. What now, Edgeworth? You're right. If the events occurred just as the witness has testified, the defendant couldn't have pushed the witness into the river. Young lady, what's the meaning behind this? You see, Just a moment, Your Honor. It's true that the witness testified the defendant pushed her into the river. However, she never stated she fell from the back end of the bridge. What do you mean? After being shot in the arm, it's plausible that Mr. Flawless panicked. Therefore, he could have unwittingly pushed her off the side of the bridge. Whee! If that's true, she would have fallen into the river. Well, Miss Hawthorne, is Mr. Edgeworth's explanation correct? Now that you mention it, I do remember now when I fell off the bridge. My skirt got caught on one of the bridge side wires. You can't be Order! Order in the court! It seems Miss Faye's assault has finally reached a conclusion.
Objection!
Not now, Mia. This is no time to retreat. Unfortunately for you, this is just the start of Miss Faye's assault. What? I believe your reasoning went something like this, Mr. Edgeworth. After being shot at in the arm, it's plausible that Mr. Flawless panicked. Therefore, he could have unwittingly pushed her off the side of the bridge. However, once again, I'm forced to say that's impossible. Ridiculous. What's so impossible about it? Because your flawed logic contradicts the court record. Think about a witness bridge is unchanged for 5 years. Oh, you're right. She's standing there. We only got a few photos. Your Honor, all the answers are right here in this photo. Take a look at the wires supporting both sides of the bridge. They extend about 5 feet off the ground. It would be impossible to push someone off from there. No! But let's remember the size and strength of the defendant. Wires like this wouldn't be a problem for him. Guy, he got shot in the arm. He could have easily picked up a 14-year-old girl and thrown her over. So young and already so forgetful, Mr. Edgeworth. Miss Flaws had been shot in the right arm. Ah, and more importantly, Valerie Hawthorne had her gun trained on him at point-blank range. Ugh. So, Mr. Flawless throwing a witness off the bridge, that is clearly impossible. Gah! Order! Order! What is the meaning of this? Judge, are you still confused? Dahlia Hawthorne, you jumped into the Eagle River intentionally. What? What is this? Indeed, what do you mean by such a ridiculous remark? Yes, it's ridiculous. My sister was there to help me. She had her gun in handcuffs so she could save me. Jumping into the raging river like that would have been suicide. Perhaps, but still, that's exactly what you did. You were probably confident that you could handle the swift current, but even more so. The witness had a much more compelling reason for jumping into the river. Oh, then what is it? What is so important that she wants to jump into the river? The witness is still alive. This fact alone explains everything. This is why she risked her life by jumping into the rapids of the Eagle River. Yeah, this diamond. 5 years ago, something else disappeared along with Dahlia that day. The item that Valerie brought to the mountains with her was the $2 million diamond. Ooh. Ah, no, it can't be. Yes, Dahlia had it planned from the beginning. The $2 million, she was going to keep it all for herself. She forced Mr. Flawless to help her fake the kidnapping. At the last minute, she betrayed him and threw herself into the river, with the ransom tucked away safely in her backpack. Why, that's simply ridiculous! Order! Your Honor, 5 years ago, the witness was only 14 years old. Do you really think that a 14-year-old is capable of such a demonic plan? Actually, they are, because they are humans and they think. You know what's puzzling to me about like modern day society is that they don't think a child is capable of such a thought process. They don't think that. Do they realize, or people don't realize today that the older people and even older people that are probably no longer with us had to kind of start pretty young to do some stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like they actually had to get jobs pretty freaking young back then, right? They had to live. They could get houses that young. Like it's crazy at the level of what a child was able to do compared to now. So yeah, I truly believe a 14-year-old is capable of having a thought process like this if depending on their lifestyle and their life choices and what they've been exposed to. I do believe that they could have came up with a demonic plan to steal $2 million and scot-free from their parents and get away with it. Now, how they manage that after the fact, I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, I do believe that a 14-year-old is capable of doing such a demonic plan. You know, point blank and simple. This woman is a demon. And there was one more person who helped her make the demon come out of her. Her sister, Valerie Hawthorne. You mean the victim was involved in the kidnapping plot as well?
Objection!
Man, their parents have been doing something horrible to them. But she was already a detective then. You're saying that she participated in the sister's kidnapping? Precisely. I'm sure that it weighed heavily on her conscience for about the past 5 years. This is the sole reason behind the victim's murder. What do you mean by that? On the day of the murder, after receiving the phone call from Mr. Flawless, Valerie called her sister Dahlia and then told her what she was planning to do. Planning to do? She was going to tell the whole truth, as she wrote in her note. That is what sealed Valerie Hawthorne's fate. That is when you hatched your demonic plan to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. A plan that would ensure neither of your accomplices to the kidnapping would talk. And that is why you killed your sister, Valerie Hawthorne. Who was that? Laughing at a time like this? Forgive me. It's just hilarious. Witness, is that you? You accuse me, woman. Miss Mia Fey. You can certainly weave an exciting tale. Naturally. You have the evidence to back it up, don't you? Evidence? Evidence that I planned the kidnapping, of course. That at 14, I plotted with Mr. Flawless and my sister. One more thing. What happened to the $2 million diamond? If you can't provide evidence to at least show that. Well, Miss Fey, I don't know. What a joke. You, Miss Fey, are you stupid or something? How can I prove a fake kidnapping that happened 5 years ago? I don't even have decisive proof of Valerie Hawthorne's murder. Well, it seems we've come to the end. Have we really come to the end? Alright guys, I'm hearing some big time thunder, so if I randomly cut out of the stream, that's probably why. I think there's a storm happening. To be honest, the witness behavior does raise certain suspicions. However, I am forced to reject the assertions made by the defense. Of course you are. Is this it? Is it really over? Girl has made a fool of me, and there's nothing I can do about it. Ha. Without evidence, the trial is over? Who decided that? But Mr. Armando? Come on now, kid. Haven't you figured out that you can make your own rules? For example, even if there's no evidence, there's still testimony. Testimony? On the day in question, Dahlia Hawthorne murdered her sister, Valerie Hawthorne. She hid her body in the trunk of Mr. Flawless' stolen car and then went to meet him. Disguised as her sister, Valerie Hawthorne. That's what you think, right? Yes, that's right. In that case, there's only one answer, right? There's only one person left who can testify about Valerie Hawthorne's murder. Since there's no proof, there's only one thing left to do. Who is the one person that can testify this woman's crimes? Only one. This dude right here, obviously. Your Honor, the defense wishes to call a new witness. New witness? Yes, we would like to hear the testimony for Terry Flawless. The defendant? There's only one person that can shed any further light on the situation. The only person that knows what Dahlia's role in the kidnapping was. The only person who can say whether the person in the photo is Valerie Hawthorne or whether it was in fact her younger sister Dahlia disguised as her. There's only one person who can solve this riddle once and for all. And that person is Terry Flawless. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, what is your take on this? Why not? The prosecution has no objection. Very well. Bailiff, bring the defendant to the witness stand. This is my last chance, Mr. Flawless. My last chance to establish Dahlia's guilt. You're all I have left. Defendant, you heard everything that's been said to this point, yes? I don't believe it, no way. Dahlia died 5 years ago. Valerie betrayed me. Mr. Flawless, I don't know what she said to you 5 years ago, but one thing is clear. Dahlia is very much alive, and you were used for $2 million. That's not true. Mr. Flawless, there's only one question I want answered to. 2 days ago on Dusky Bridge, who did you meet? Was it Valerie Hawthorne or was it Dahlia Hawthorne? Dahlia, did you betray me? 5 years ago, she promised never, ever betray each other. Terry. Dahlia, it's true. You are alive. You don't trust me anymore? That makes me sad. Tell the truth, the real truth. I believed in you. I shouldn't need to say it. You should already know. But there's one thing I will say. Oh, that was her. My life is in your hands right now, Terry. Dahlia. I will allow Mr. Flawless to testify once and only once. Well, Mr. Flawless, yours will be the final testimony in this trial. Witness. Ah! Oh my God, I'm sorry, I apologize. Water. Please. Water. I can't talk. Need water. Oh, well, I guess it'll have to be my coffee instead. At least it'll match the way he's probably feeling right now. Darker and bitter than heck itself. Wah! Okay, Mario, calm down. Who Terry Flawless saw? Alright. That day, 4 p.m., I stopped the car. I was in front of the bridge. She wasn't there, so I waited. On bridge. I watched my car from bridge. I never put no body in that car. Finally, one woman came. She stood in front of me. We talked, then she left. That was Valerie, not my Dahlia. That was it? Mr. Flawless, you're covering for her. Do you think she would do the same for you? That's enough, Miss Faye. His last statement was a fitting end to the final testimony of the trial. Well then, Miss Faye, please proceed with your cross-examination. This is how you want it to end, Mr. Flawless? Another guilty verdict to go along with your death sentence? There's only one person who can stop it. You, kitten, I think. Ooh. Terry saw. Terry, I'm sorry. If anybody did this nonsense, I would have been like, alright, go to jail. Alright, but we ain't gonna let him do that. 4 p.m., I stopped the car. According to the note, the meeting was supposed to take place at 4:30. You certainly arrived early, didn't you? It was raining. Already dark, too. You waited on the bridge for 30 minutes? Mr. Flawless? Eagle Mountain. That spot. Strong. Strong memories. Why did he just clam up? Could it be he's hiding something here? She wasn't there, so I waited on bridge. You were quite early, so you waited on the bridge, correct? Yeah, I like waiting. I'm used to it. I'm sure he is, Zebra Boy waited 5 years to ask a single question. To find out why a woman betrayed him. To him, 30 minutes must have been the blink of an eye. I washed my car from bridge. I never put nobody in the car. You were washing the car? That bridge, other side, is broken. No one can come from there. So, I was watching car. Ah, what else were you expecting him to do? I suppose that's obvious. That's an obvious thing to do, but something's bothering me. I'm getting the feeling that a contradiction? I wonder what's on the other side of the broken bridge anyway. No one lives there. There's a small shrine up on the mountain, but that's it. Anyway, no one came, no car, nothing. Finally, one woman came. She stood in front of me. Mr. Flawless, think carefully now. Are you certain it was Valerie Hawthorne? I never lie. It's true. It was Valerie. I remember her face. Wait a minute. If you had remembered her face, then why did you make her wear a scarf as identification? Sorry. I told a little lie. But the woman I met, she was different from the woman standing here now. She was different. It was Valerie. We talked, then she left. What did you talk to her about anyway? Mr. Flawless! Valerie told the truth about the kidnapping 5 years ago. She said someone needed to take the blame for it. That was all I could think to do, she said that. That's why she lied. Got me death penalty. And you were satisfied with that answer, witness? Dahlia died. It was my fault. I don't really remember. Maybe I did. Maybe I did push her in. What? I don't matter no more. Either way, my Dahlia, my sweet teen angel, dead. She's alive, dude. We just clarified this. Hello? 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 Miss Flawless, wake up! But you just saw that she isn't dead. After Valerie talked to me on bridge, nothing left to live for. That was Valerie, not my Dahlia. How can you be so sure? It was raining all that time, and sunset that day was 5 o'clock. It would have already been pretty dark on that mountain at 4:30. Please, Mr. Flawless, this is your last chance. You've already been taken to fall once for something you didn't do. That woman. It wasn't Dahlia. Stop right there. What's more that needs to be said? Even if it means the death penalty, even if it means taking the blame for murder, you'll still do whatever is necessary to protect her, won't you, Mr. Flawless? I know it's obvious, but he's clearly lying. He's been cursed by Dahlia Hawthorne. He'll probably go to his grave still believing in her. Mr. Flawless, even if you can show he's lying, the poor guy will still be cursed. You'll still have to point it out, the contradiction anyway. That's the curse of being a defense lawyer, I guess. Alright. What can I do? Wow, that was a big crack of thunder. I was in front of the bridge. This is all jumbled up. She wasn't there, so I waited on the bridge. Wait, what? That day, 4 p.m., I stopped the car. I was in front of the bridge. She wasn't there, so I waited on the bridge. I watched the car from the bridge, and I never put no body in that car. What? Came, she stood in front of me. We talked, then she left. She wasn't there, so I waited on the bridge. She wasn't there, so I waited on the bridge. But if you was waiting on the bridge, and that was actually... Finally, one woman came. She stood in front of me. Huh? I stopped the car. I was in front of the bridge. I stopped the car. I was in front of the bridge. And then what did he say? She wasn't there, so I waited on the bridge. So that means he would have been in first. I watched my car from the bridge and I put nobody in the car. Finally, one woman came. She stood in front of me. We talked. So he was on the deeper end and she was there. Something's not right. So I waited on the bridge. There's no way. He would have been in the...
Objection!
So when you got to the bridge, no one had arrived, huh? So you waited on the bridge. Are you sure of that? Yeah, I'm sure. You're sure, huh? Well then, I'm sure too, Mr. Flawless. I'm sure that you're lying. Huh? What? 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 Oh, I would love to hear your rationale on this, Miss Faye. You want to know who arrived at the bridge first? Just look at this photo. It's perfectly clear. Obviously, the person that came first would have been the one at the end of the bridge, right? That's what I was thinking. Because I was like, if he was there first, he would have been further in on the bridge. And then she would have been on the other side, so it would have been flippy-flopped. But she got there first, and he's there. Okay. But that's the victim at the end of the bridge. Huh. Precisely my point. In other words, Mr. Flawless, you must have arrived at the bridge after she did. The F? Mr. Flawless, please don't get so worked up. We just want the truth. I think this guy's gonna have to go to a dentist. Hey, Twizzy, what's going on? Objection! I got there around 4 o'clock, it's true. I had somewhere to go. A special place. Where? Did you go to this special place before you went to the bridge? Yeah, it's an old temple about 15 minutes from the bridge. 5 years ago, me and Dahlia promised each other. We swore we wouldn't betray each other. Sir, you were 20 years old. Let's calm down. Actually, you know what? He needs to stay in jail. How about that? He just needs to go ahead and stay in jail. He just needs to stay in jail. She brought a memento to represent our love. A memento? 5 years ago, I hid it under the base of the tree there. It's a special memory for me. This is it. This is what I went to get. Wait, isn't that poison bottle she gave Phoenix and poisoned a whole bunch of people with?
I did the thing.
I did the thing. Hey, Twizzy with the prime sub. Thank you, Twizzy. I appreciate it. Here, this is what I'll do for you too. I did the thing. Appreciate the sub, Twizzy. After 84 years. Gotta help a sister out. I appreciate it, you know. Being broke is hard out here, you know. I only got $1 to my name. I'm just joking. This little bottle on a necklace is your memento? It's quite charming, but it looks empty. Your Honor, you heard what my client said. He arrived at the scene at 4 o'clock. But then he left his car unattended and walked away. He was gone for approximately 30 minutes. Ugh! With that much time, Dahlia Hartman could have easily hidden the body in the trunk of his car. No! Indeed, there was certainly enough time for it. I still got a chance. Mr. Flawless, there's no mistaking it. Ugh. Mr. Flawless? That's enough. Please. Witness? I promised her. 5 years ago, if it ever happens, that we can't trust each other no more, then we're supposed to drink bottle. Ugh. No, stop the trial! Your Honor, we need a recess! I was stupid. Couldn't keep promise. So I did it. I drank this. No, we're so close! Just a little more! I was going to prove your innocence! No, don't want that. Don't trust self. Maybe kill again. Kill sweet Dahlia. Again. Mr. Flawless! Mr. Amando. Thanks for the coffee. Mr. Flawless! Bro, did he kill himself? So, my first trial ended suddenly and tragically. It ended with no winners, only losers. I ended up with a wound that cut so deep into my soul, I thought it'd never heal. I'm sure it was the same for the young prosecutor as well. But one person, the true criminal, Dahlia Hawthorne, she left the courtroom with a secret smile on her demonically sweet face. Oh, that thunder came in hard. I wish you guys heard that thunder. That was crazy. That went with everything. Unforgivable. That witch. But Mr. Armando? We were so close to the truth. It was right there in front of us. You were just a little too soft, kitten. It's my fault. It's all my fault that Mr. Flawless killed himself. Don't cry, kitten. You're going to make my coffee all salty. Then get the coffee cup away from me. Hello? I knew it. I knew I wasn't cut out for this. Mia. Wait! That's Mr. Gatto! Don't you get it? You can't cry yet. The only time a lawyer can cry is when it's all over. But isn't it over? Didn't he just like cough up blood, fell out, and died? Sir? Sir, you know you just broke your coffee cup, right? Your hand's bleeding. Can we get a recess, Judge? Can we get a recess in here, please? Can we just stop? Everything's going wrong right now. Mr. Armando. No matter how tough the case, no matter how bitter the memories, they always fade over time. Then you file them away and eventually forget them. One year later in this very same courthouse, I myself got wrapped up in that case. What the F? Only after that did Dahlia Hawthorne get put on trial for her crimes. The verdict that was ultimately handed down to her was guilty, of course. Naturally, when the verdict was read, she had a perfect angelic smile on her face. It was finally all over. At least that's what I thought at the time. Unfortunately, I couldn't have been more wrong. It's been 5 years. But now that something has happened that's made me remember all this. Episode 4, Turnabout Beginnings. The end. Brand new episode has been added. Alright. That was Turnabout the Beginnings. So it looks like we are on the final part of the trilogy, guys. We are on the final part of the trilogy. The thunder is thundering. The lightning is lightning over in my part of town. That was a very tragic and dramatic end to Mr. Flawless. I know I said he should have just went to jail, but he died instead. I would have preferred him going to jail. Only for the fact that he was 20 and that girl was 14. So I don't know, that was weird, you know, whatever. He died, that's the end of it. We could have got her in jail. She was a demonic 14-year-old girl and she deserves to be put in prison. That's all. She's getting away with a lot of murder. She's getting away with a lot of murder. I think she probably got 2 dead bodies. No, she got a 3 dead body count. She is now considered to me a serial killer. Okay? She's a serial killer. She killed her sister, she killed that man, and she killed somebody else too. She is now officially a serial killer in my book. So we got a serial killer, and she was about to get Phoenix too. So Phoenix would have been 4 if it wasn't for Mia. We need to stop this kid. I mean, she's not a kid no more. We need to stop this woman if she is part of the part of that case again. If she's part of that case again. However, wow, we only streamed for about 2 hours. That's not bad. Actually, that's not bad at all. Well, thanks Twizzy for the sub. Tomorrow, I'm not sure what we're gonna be doing, so I will figure it out. I didn't honestly. That case was kind of short. I'm quite surprised. I was short because there was no investigation. I wasn't like looking for clues and things like that. We just jumped straight into court. That's cool. Um, so now we're gonna be going into episode 5, Bridge to the Turnabout. So I'm guessing all of this is kind of giving us some sort of feedback into what happened then, and it's going to push on to what's going on now. So I guess we're going to be doing an investigation. We're going to be going at it with the court cases and all this other stuff, and getting thrown for a loop. Anywho, if you guys liked anything, please drop a like, follow, subscribe, either on Twitch or YouTube. I stream on both. Let me see. Tomorrow we're probably gonna have a later start, so I can have a little bit of time to knock out some things I need to accomplish, and we will go from there. Anywho, I will see you guys tomorrow. You guys have a good afternoon, morning, and night wherever you are, and I'm gonna be out here in Roddy. I will catch you guys next time. Bye.